Hey guys, welcome back to Press Play with Tristan and Stefani. Today is Sunday, April 12th, and what are we talking about today, Tristan?
Today we're talking about COVID, but first of all, happy Easter, everyone.
Yes.
It is Easter Sunday. It's a quarantine Easter Sunday, so...
Hopefully you're watching your service from home on a recorder of some sort.
And maybe Easter egg hunting in your house if you have kids.
Yep.
Yeah, so COVID-19, man, this pandemic thing has been nuts, and I believe this is like the first thing that has affected the entire world like this in our lifetime, which is insane. Like, it's affecting everyone we know,
every person directly,
which is insane. And between us personally, I know you are unemployed.
Yeah,
so
that's fun. Thankfully I got unemployed a week before. Well, I guess thankfully, but I did get unemployed or laid off exactly 1 week before everybody started working from home.
Yeah.
Here in Orange County, at least. And the good thing about that is that I was able to submit my unemployment 1 week before the masses.
Everyone else did. Yeah. Because I think you filed for unemployment, and then like a week later it was 6.8 million.
Yes.
Then the following week it was 6.2 million.
Yeah.
And we did make note of the date. Today is April 12th, and I believe it's up to 18 million Americans have filed for unemployment, that's
a lot. It's
nuts.
Getting near the percentage of unemployment is getting very close to what the Great Depression was.
Yeah, I think that was 20% during the Great Depression, and right now we're at 15%.
Somewhere around there, yep.
That's insane. So like, what's been your like experience so far with unemployment?
So thankfully we get unemployment. Let me just first start off with that.
Yeah.
But however, it doesn't exactly compensate you exactly what your salary was prior to being unemployed.
Yeah.
So you get 40% as a rough number. That's exactly the number that you get. And so that's the scary part for me because we have a house.
Yeah,
we just bought a house.
We just bought this house in November, and we're being hit with this. And like,
yeah.
I think we're going to be all right, but there's always that like lingering possibility that we could possibly lose the house, just like a lot of Americans could possibly lose their house or not be able to pay rent in their apartments and get evicted. Like that's definitely a possibility. So,
but hopefully, the housing industry has been named an essential worker.
Definitely.
That industry is essential right now. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm hoping that with that in place, it can try to prevent people from losing their homes. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of how and why.
Because we got forbearance.
Yes.
Like, kind of explain that process.
So basically, forbearance, to be honest, I haven't even gotten all the details because the number of calls is through the roof.
You were on hold for like 4 hours that one day
4 hours
for her to tell you something to do in 2 minutes online.
She told me to fill out the application online. She was very apologetic, and
of course.
I get it.
Yeah.
But she did say, I'm sorry you had to wait 4 hours, but you just have to fill out this application online. So I did that, and it took about a week to get any word back. But we did get approved for forbearance. But then I'm also confused because before the forbearance was even an option to apply for, we applied for loan modification just because that was the only thing that I knew how to do.
That's the only thing available.
And so now I think we have both. And I'm a little confused what we're paying April 1st. But hopefully I can get a hold of our loan before then. But basically forbearance means you can skip completely your payment, but then the caveat is you still have to make up that payment.
So they either tack it on to you monthly or you just pay it at the end of your mortgage.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which I would love to tack it on to the end of it, like when we sell the house or something like that.
Yeah, just to keep our payment the same for right now because, again, like, you're going to be competing for jobs once this is all over. So it's not even guaranteed that you'll get a job.
That's the thing. All of these people who are unemployed, thankfully it's kind of a temporary unemployment.
Yeah.
A long-term temporary, I guess, like 4 months.
That's
maybe?
The thing. Like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. We have these predictions out here, but the predictions go out the window every time they extend the shelter in place.
Right.
One day they say March 31st, then it gets pushed to April 15th, and now I'm hearing May 31st, which is just insane.
I wake up and I'm like, are we really here? We're really here.
Yeah.
Still in the house.
I forgot what normal life feels like. I forgot like what being in traffic is like, going to work. But
thankfully we have our neighbors and we go and just say hi to them from afar.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll my coworker happens to be my neighbor as well, and so they literally live like 100 yards away from us. So we'll ring their doorbell and then run off the porch and like stand like 20 feet away in the grass, and it's like it's person to person, kind of like we see each other,
right?
But like it's not that. It's this whole social distancing. Well, it's weird that they call it social distancing because we're being social with our neighbors. It's more so like physical distancing. And a lot of people are saying that as well. But it's just nice to have that human interaction, like see actual people that you know and are cool with even from 20 feet away. Like we need that. And we've actually been hosting these Thirsty Thursdays where through Zoom. So we'll just send a Zoom meeting out to all our friends. And we'll play like Mario Kart and just converse for maybe an hour or two. I know the first week we had
8 people.
Like 8 people. And then the second week, which was last week, we had like up to, I think
4 or 5.
4 or 5. We had 5 at most. So that's been fun, and it's just weird that we have to do this now. If we want to hang out with people, we have to do it through our computer and our screens.
I kind of equate it to like when you're traveling and I'm here home alone.
Yeah.
I don't get to talk to like anyone unless I like call somebody, right?
Yeah.
So like having a Zoom call is nice because we actually get to like talk to someone other than the people we live with.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a skill that like we really need.
Especially now. Now. You even had you had a quarantine birthday.
I did. It was just like a wine Zoom party with the girls, and really we were just like talking.
I wasn't invited to the wine party.
No boys allowed.
Okay, I get it.
Wine nights, nope. But and then also for my birthday, my parents, I'm trying to stay away from them because if I have it, I don't want to give it to them.
Yeah, because they're a little older, so they're more at risk than we are.
They're not that.
They're not. I mean, they're your parents. They're like,
but they're
in that age range.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So they are more at risk. I'm not trying to call your parents old.
No. But it was like really good to hear from her and do FaceTime with her. I was doing FaceTime almost. I felt like it was like every day. But then for my birthday, my mom really wanted to bring us some food. So she brought over some Greek food. They dropped it on the doorstep. They dropped my birthday present, which my dad made me like a really nice frame and a poem and a picture. It was really cool. So they dropped it off at the doorstep. They like went away like 100 feet away or maybe 20 feet away.
That's a big gap, 100 feet away or 20 feet away.
Excuse me.
As you were.
I know. And then so I went up to the patio and I saw them and I was talking to them from the patio just because I wanted to stay as far away as I could. And just seeing them, my heart was just like pounding. Like it felt so good to just see them in person. Like FaceTime does not do justice. And I can only imagine for you.
Honestly, like I call my parents weekly. Like the first thing I ask them, like, hey mom, hey dad, how's your health?
Right.
Okay, good. Do you still have your job?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's the most important thing to me right now, especially since they're 2,000 plus miles away. I need to check in with them maybe multiple times a week.
Your brother too.
My brother too. And this is very rare, which I'm sad to say is very rare, but I talked to my mom, my dad, and my brother all on the same day. I think it was last week. And it just felt good hearing from them. I think I got that same feeling you did when you saw your parents, but when I spoke to them, being as far as I am, like it provides a certain level of comfort. So I mean, all that goes to say, like, guys, check in with your loved ones as much as you possibly can, especially during this time, because health is everything, and this thing is just taking people out.
Right.
My dad knows several people who just did not make it from this, which is wild to hear. Like the degrees of separation is 0 right now, But on a more positive note, we're gonna get through this, right? We just need everyone to. Like the sooner we all sit down, the sooner we can leave. So the sooner that people start doing what they're supposed to do, the sooner we can get back to that norm,
right?
Whatever that was, because right now this is the new norm, and it's just strange,
right?
Yeah.
I got a little nervous yesterday because I went and took Max out for a walk, and I kind of felt like it was like a normal day, like I wasn't in quarantine anymore, and I was looking around, seeing a bunch of cars on the road, and then halfway through the walk, I realized I should have maybe brought my mask out. Like, I'm
Yeah.
kind of getting comfortable.
That's the scary part, though, because like if you look outside, you wouldn't think that we're in a pandemic right now. Like it just seems normal outside. Like the sun's out, nothing is wrong. It's like seemingly nothing's wrong, but like we're in a crisis, man.
Right.
And I think that's the problem with these people not listening. Like everything seems right, looks right, feels right to them, but it's just not. And that's why it's so hard for these people to all like cooperate.
Right. It's the silent killer. Like nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows
who has it.
It's strange. But again, like we need to speak positivity, man. We're all gonna make it through this together.
I predict by July 1st, hopefully, I'm hoping
You're
everything is going. I know. But that's just my prediction. That's my positive prediction.
Yeah,
What's your positive prediction?
For me, like the sooner the better. So, okay, my prediction.
Your reality prediction.
My reality prediction. If I'm not able to travel on an airplane by September, I'm going to lose my shit. We can cuss.
You do. Ever since I met you, you've always been such a traveler. Like you love being on planes.
This is what I do for my career. Like I'm a traveling content creator, right? So I'm in a different city like every other day almost for weeks at a time. And yeah, I'll have my downtime. We probably won't travel for 2 or 3 weeks, but 2 or 3 weeks go by like that for me, and then it's back in another city. And so I'm thankful to have a job. Let's just get that out there. I'm super thankful. And right now I'm talking first world problems. Oh no, I can't travel.
Right.
But like I miss it, man. And like talk about cabin fever. Mm-hmm. No knock on you. I love being around you, but like I love being on planes. I love experiencing different cities, new cities, you know. And so but for now, like we're still shooting shows. I'm still working with my boss. So if I'm not here in the house, I'm at his house.
Yep.
And I know he and his family are staying in the house as much as they can. So we're safe. I believe we're safe.
Right. And if I'm not here, I'm just grocery shopping. So.
Yeah. With your mask and your gloves.
Thanks, Mom, for making us masks.
Isn't it weird? I'm noticing because I went to Target yesterday. And before I went to get some groceries like earlier last week, and they have sticker placements at the checkout line that are exactly 6 feet apart. And there's also stickers outside the store. So if there's a line, there's stickers 6 feet apart. Stand here, obey social distancing.
That's
and
good.
I think this week is when I've seen the most masks. Like remember I went ham that one day grocery shopping, and people weren't wearing masks. And then I go to the store last week, and I would say 80% of the people had on a mask, and it was to the point to where I was thinking, wow, you're crazy for not wearing a mask.
Yeah. I know what, 2 weeks. So a week ago, I went to the grocery store and almost everybody had a mask.
Yeah.
2 weeks before that, I was at the grocery store. Nobody had a mask.
Yeah.
So we're trying our best to not go to the grocery store like every single week.
So
like we don't have
we're
kids
bulking
to
up,
worry
man.
about or anything. It's just us. But
dude, so a couple shout outs. Shout out to all the parents out there who are working from home with their kids at home.
And still trying to teach their kids through their online courses while working.
That's just a whole different beast, man. Yeah. So like parents, you guys are really strong, especially during this time. And also, it goes without saying, but we have to say it. Like, shout out to all the people out on the front lines. Shout out to the grocery store workers, the postal workers, USPS, UPS, FedEx. Who else am I missing? Nurses, doctors. My mom, who's also on the front lines, she works at a company named and I don't know what they do there, but I know she works the front desk, and she literally has to take people's temperatures as they enter the building. Right. And if you have a temperature, like if you have a fever, you got to go home. So she's like right there on the front lines. But I imagine like
hopefully she's got a mask and some gloves.
She's definitely taking the proper precautions.
Yeah.
And my dad, he's going to work too, but he goes to the office. He's the only one there the majority of the time. So yeah, he's staying safe. Man,
we'll get through this.
Of course.
Hopefully I can get this forbearance for us to actually last a few months, and hopefully we can keep our house. Hopefully all of you can keep your houses and stay safe.
Yeah, you guys, please, like, stay safe out there. Let us know in the comments like what you're going through. We want to know what you guys are experiencing too, because again, we're all in this together. What I'm hoping when this is all over is that you just find a job, because you're smart, you're talented, and yeah, you're going to be competing with a lot of people, but you can't control that. All you can control is what you do. So
Yeah, that's
you're
true. Thank you.
definitely more than capable. So
Hopefully I can get some leads, you know, throughout this whole thing, and you kind of follow up.
You kind of had some, right? So like, what is that process? You applied to how many jobs, and you had like a solid 12 leads?
I had applied right before the work from home. So Friday the 13th, I'll say, is March 13th.
Yeah.
Was the day that all companies were starting to implement the work from home. And the week prior to, or leading up to Friday the 13th, I had, I think, 4 interviews, one of which was actually a follow-up interview in person. I had, at that time, applied to 85 jobs.
Oh, my goodness.
And granted, I had only been laid off for 1 week, but I knew I wanted to get out there.
You hit the ground running, man.
I did. I had no idea this pandemic was going to affect,
because I know, like, we have savings, and so you want to keep as much of that as you can. The best way to do that is just to get a job as soon as possible.
Yeah, so I can, because I'm not a person who can relax, and they say, oh, just take a couple weeks and figure out what you want to do.
No.
I can't. I'm not that type of a person. So again, I applied to 85 jobs. I had 12 extremely strong leads, and out of the rest of the 85 jobs that I applied for, I would say I heard back from about a third of those, and they all said, we're putting these jobs on, or this specific job position on hold until the pandemic is over.
Awful timing, man. Like,
I'm like, until the pandemic is over, excuse me, that's like 4 months.
Yeah. So like, I mean, just horrible time. You get laid off, and the pandemic drops.
Right. But I will say, I didn't get laid off because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Hard
Yeah.
part.
But like, HR people out there, the last thing they're worrying about right now is hiring someone else, because they got to take care of this.
Exactly.
So, but something will happen.
It'll all work out.
It'll all work out. Again,
good news is I got an email from the DRE saying that I can take the test. So as soon as
which test?
The real estate test. So to get my license.
Yeah.
So I've studied.
Yeah. Even that got put on hold, because instead of focusing on getting your license, now you got to focus on getting a job.
Right.
So we can keep getting income, but it'll all work itself out, man.
It will.
I love you. I trust you.
Oh, thanks. Love you too. And thanks for supporting me through this.
Of course. Thanks for dealing with me during my work from home, because I know, like, I'm here, but like, I'm not here. So you're pretty strong for dealing with that.
And hopefully everybody at home too is, dealing with this okay and getting through it. And
yeah. So again, guys, just let us know in the comments below. This is going to be on YouTube. So leave comments below. It's not going to be on like Apple Podcasts and things like that. So speaking of, this is the second episode. We need 2 episodes to be on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all the major distributors. So that's it for this one, right? I think we're done.
I think so.
So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, thanks.
To Press Play with Tristan and Stephanie. This is our second podcast, so we're still working out the kinks.
We are. Go follow us on Instagram, on Twitter.
Yeah, so Instagram, Tristan.Stefani, TristanStefani.
Thank you.
And Twitter, Tristan_Stephanie, same spelling. It's funny because I'm going to say this in the closing bumper too.
Oh, okay.
But it's all good.
I'm still trying to figure this out. Thanks for setting this up.
Yeah, I think we're doing a decent job. Yeah. You guys let us know if we're doing a decent job. All right, cool. Until the next show, guys, again, thanks for listening to Press Play with Tristan and Stephanie. We're out of here.
All right. Peace.
Later.
Bye.